107. प्राणादिकार्यकरणैः स्वतो संहत एकलः अकुर्वन् कुरुते चेष्टामयस्कान्तो मणिर्यथा Yajnavalkya did point out to Ushasta the Atma Swarupa identical with Brahma, but Ushasta was unable to cognize Atma Swarupa directly, but not accepting his inability, he is arguing with Yajnavalkya that Atma I are three. So in terms of body, etc., so body, jiva and the sakshi. But this deha, gross body, subtle body cannot be atma because it can't be sarvantara. If sakshi atma is sarvantara, there is no pramana. There is mana bhava. Pramana is not there to prove the existence of atma. So how do you say, how can you point out atma like that? For this, Yajnavalkya explained that pranas, the vital airs in our body, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas and antakarna, all these, though inert in nature, are able to function without a sentient entity, without a sachena tattva, they can't function. That sachetana tattva, that chaitanya tattva, the sentient entity because of which all the jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, pranas and antakarnas are capable of functioning, that is your Swarupa, Atma Swarupa. Therefore you can't say, you said pramana is not, mana is not there, pramana is not there. Inferentially it can be certainly established. High inference you have to resort to because you are not able to directly cognize it. Therefore we have to resort to inference. And in the when so many modes of inferences are available, you did say that there is no mana, that means you are not able to discover it properly. So now here one may say that is fine, but distinct from the prana, jnanendriyas, antakarna, in this embodiment of ours, there is no other principle at all. How do you say there is some principle, etc.? A person who is not able to understand properly may say, for such manda buddhi, illustration is given. See, no inert thing can function without the support or without the prompting of a sentient entity for which illustration is being given. That is, the Chaitanya distinct from body is certainly there because no inert thing can function without such sentient entity. For example, even a rocket, etc., unmanned rocket, there is someone operating the remote control in some corner, some sentient entity must be there. So like this, in the illustration is being given now. One correction in the next stanza, viyata is there, corrected niyata. Rathadau, viyata, that we should be corrected to ni. Niyata. Rathadau, niyata, not viyata. रथादौ नियता चेष्टा चेतनेनाधिष्ठिते चेतनेनानधिष्ठिते न दृष्टा चेतनस्तेन प्राणादीनां प्रवर्तकः चेतनेन अनधिष्ठिते रथादौ नियता चेष्टा न दृष्टा चेतनेन अनधिष्ठिते रथादौ नियता चेष्टा न दृष्टा तेन चेतनः प्राणादीनां प्रवर्तकः तेन चेतनः प्राणादीनां प्रवर्तकः. This is what we find. Rathadau, in chariot, etc. Chariot, car, machinery, rockets, whatever, computers, whatever it may be, even in terms of remote controls, what is that? Chetanena anadhishtite. Anadhishtite, unaided, not supported, not led by, or not conducted by, or not operated by. Anadhishtite, not operated by, not supported by. By whom? Chetanena, by some sentient entity. Without the help of some sentient entity, without being operated or aided, supported by a sentient entity, Rathadau, in the case of vehicles or machineries or anything that is inert in nature, Niyata Cheshta, the corresponding activities, appropriate activities regarding those particular things. So like a car runs, train runs, flight, the aeroplane flies, like this all, rocket shoots up. So like this, so this niyata, their appropriate corresponding cheshta activities, nadrishta, are not seen. Here someone say, see, water flows. Who are behind it? Water is inert or not? Planets revolve. Now planets are chetana or achetana, sachetana or achetana? Achetana. Water is sachetana or achetana? Achetana. So there is no other, you said anadhisthita. There is no one who is prompting. It appears so. In natural phenomena, science may not accept, but what are presiding deities are there. Adhisthana devatas are there. They are set so that for those laws are being operated by who? Adhisthana devatas. There is a sachetana entity presiding over them or prompting them to action. So therefore, the rule is anything that is inert, if it acts, has to be aided by a sachetana entity. So otherwise, such activities are not seen. Therefore, tena, because of that reason, chetanaha pranadinam pravartakaha. We find prana, adi, pranapana, etc., jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, and what are these? Antakarna. These are what? Functioning. Themselves are inert. There must necessarily be who? A sachetana entity, chaitanya is not. Here you can't say sachetana. You know what is sachetana? What is the distinction between sachetana and chetana? Sachetana thing by itself is what? Jada. But it is added by chetana. Now we are talking of very chaitanya tattva, that is chetana tattva. So therefore, chetanaha tena, because such a thing is not seen, therefore, chetanaha, a chaitanya tattva, pranadinam pravartakaha, is the one who makes prana, etc., inert things operate, and that chaitanya tattva is Atma, that is your Swarupa, identity with Brahma. Further, another example is given. Sasutradaro yantrena sadrusham lingavadvapuhu yah prerayatya savatmetyukte nyopajahasatam. Sasutradaru yantrena sadrisham lingavadvapuhu. Lingavadvapuhu joined together, not two words, one word is there. Lingavadvapuhu yaha prerayati asau atma iti ukte anyaha tam upajahasa. Anyaha tam upajahasa. Sasutradaru yantrena sadrisham lingavadvapuhu. So, lingavadvapuhu. Vapu is for gross body, but what type of gross body? Lingavad, endowed with linga sharira. Means this embodiment of our gross body with the subtle body. It is like this. What is that? Sasutra daru yantrena sadrusham. It is similar to Sasutra daru yantra, what is called as marionette. You know the puppet show, no? The puppets are there, strings are there, somebody behind the curtain pulls the string, and you can have a show there. So that marionette, that particular device, so puppet show. Sasutra daru yantrena sadrisham lingavad vapu. See now think, these puppets themselves are what? Inert in nature. They have got a particular like a doll, etc. And every limb is tied with the string, and the string goes behind the curtain. And there is a person who is what? Operating. They can give a drama also. You know, that very interesting thing is that. I think such a things are not shown on TV, I believe. they should encourage such things. Anyway, they can even, I saw Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, you know, that his episode was given in terms of this very olden days. So now, even the talking, etc., they do it. So now this is, what? Okay, who is it? For children, etc., it's as if really was something going on here. But they are inert, somebody is operating behind the curtain. Likewise, see, the doll, like the doll, our gross body is like a doll. And subtle body is like the strings. The strings, see, without antakarana, the gross body cannot function. That antakarana, linga sharira or sukh sharira is in the place of the strings, and the gross body is in the place of the daru yantra. Daru yantra means a doll as such. So, therefore, Sasutra daru yantrena sadrisham lingavad vapu. Our embodiment with the gross and the subtle bodies is like a marionette. So that is what it is. Gross body is the puppet and the subtle body is the string. So that way, yaha prerayati, the one who activates it, one who makes it function. So asau atma, that is what your atma swarupa. So this is what Yajnavalkya told. Ushasta is still gross. Instead of understanding what it is, he is ridiculing. Oh, Yajnavalkya. He says, what is that? How he is ridiculing? He says, iti ukte. When Yajnavalkya answered like this, he has said mana bhava, pramana bhava. So there is actually pramana is not there in the case of Atma. Why? Swaprakasha. So that is a very important statement. What is it? Swaprabhe mana naishphalya, stanza 100. Swaprabhe, in the case of a principle that is itself the knowledge principle, self-luminous knowledge principle, mana bhava, mana is nishphala because pramana becomes inoperative. Because a jnana sadhana, a pramana, a means of knowledge can operate with respect to only inert thing. Your lamp can only illumine a non-luminous object, but not another lamp or not the sun. So also, pramana, the means of knowledge, jnana sadhana, is meant to make you know an inert thing. In Chaitanya Swarupa, itself being the knowledge principle, mana naishphalya, that means pramana becomes useless, it becomes inoperative. And therefore there is no mana. But for a one who has not understood and one who has not discovered, certainly if we can take resort to what? Inference. So therefore, if we make use of inference as a mana, what loss is there? Atra kim hriyate, stanza 100. So atra kim hriyate. What loss is there if we make use of inference? I told you, it is like tumhara baap ka kya jayega. That is what it is. So if we use the inference in this case, because you are not able to discover what loss is there, that was pointed out. And in that context, because you are unable to discover directly, that is in Anumana as Pramana was given, but not understanding this, Ushasta further whatever, he ridicules Yajnavalkya. Anyaha, other person. Who is that other person? Ushastaha. Ushastaha. Tam. Tam means him. Who is that he? Yajnavalkyam. Tam Yajnavalkyam. Upajahasa. He ridiculed. So what did he ridicule? Why did he ridicule? How did he ridicule? Like this. Yatha gam darshayetyukti lingam mudho vadit tatha. Aparokshamanukत्वा tvam lingena vedayasya ho. Yatha gam darshaya iti ukte mudhaha lingam vadet tatha aparoksham anuktva tvam lingena avedayasi aho. Lingena avedayasi aho. Says, Ushastra says, he laughs at Yajnavalkya. What is that? You are answering like this only, or you are doing like this. What is it? Yatha gam darshaya iti ukti. Somebody said, please show me a cow. Somebody has said. When he is asking him to show a cow, the other person doing what he does? Mudhaha, a foolish person, lingam vade. He gives linga, some sign. Cow, you want to see cow? Cow has got 4 legs, it has got 1 tail, it has got 2 horns. So, it makes sound like hamba. What I have asked is what? To show a cow. And he is giving different signs, mark, that means based on signs, oh, that can be the cow. Also, yes, it has got, what is the dewlap. You know, that is a remarkable thing about dewlap. So, but dewlap only cannot be the feature of a cow. Do you know why? Other guy also is there. There is a fellow with 2 legs, dewlap. Cock. Cock also has got a dewlap. So, otherwise, 4-legged with dewlap pakka. So it fits only for cattle only as such. So therefore, no, buffaloes will not have it. Only cows and bulls have got that dewlap. Buffaloes don't have it. So therefore, so like this, so what has been asked is, please show a cow. And a foolish fellow is giving all these linga, signs by which, marks by which you can infer, perhaps this is a cow. Tatha, like that. What I asked you was, aparoksha. Aparoksha Atma, I asked, please point out Aparoksha Atma. He said what? Instead of pointing out, Aparoksham Anuktva. So without describing Aparoksha, what did you do? Tvam, you means who? Yajnavalkya. Lingena Avedaya. What you have described is Lingena, by inference. Linga here is inference. By inference, you have pointed out, oh, great wisdom of yours. What a great fellow you are. So this is how he is ridiculing. See, what does it show? Ushasta doesn't know what is aparoksha. That's so he doesn't know aparoksha. He is not able to know what aparoksha. Other thing, he presumes, like a cow, Atma can be what? This is Atma. That's what he is expecting. This shows only the ignorance on the part of Ushasta. So in spite of, so that we now see, Yajnavalkya was justified long back. So he didn't take much interest, that was the stanza. He didn't take much interest in whom? Ushasta, because he is not ready to gain the Atmanubhava. So therefore he chose to reply in terms of inference, and that also he is not able to understand. He thinks that means Atma can be pointed out like this. So that is what? To lingam, lingena avedaya. So what you have replied or you have described is in terms of a linga, some mark, some signs only, and not directly a who. So that means, so you are not wise, that is what he means. That is, he continues. Lingam no. Yes. Lingam vacham parokshirthe natvatmani parokshata. iti matva haivakaram parokshasya nivartakam. So further Ushasta clarifies that means he substantiates his claim in asking Yajnavalkya to point out Atma directly. So according to him, Linga, Anvaya, Parokshe Arthe Lingam Vacham. Atha, there you make correction. Nanvatmani is there. It should be Natvatmani, not Nanvatmani. Natu Atmani, Natvatmani. Not Nanuatmani, that's not correct. Natu Atmani, Natvatmani. Now, Parokshe Arthe Lingam Vacham. Atmani tu Parokshatana. Atmani tu Parokshatana. Iti matva Parokshasya Nivartakam Evakaram Aha. Iti matva Parokshasya Nivartakam Evakaram Matva Nivartakam Ha, not correct, Aha, not Ha. Parokshasya Nivartakam Evakaram Aha. Between Twa and Hai, you add two S avagrahas. No, you know avagraha, no? S. So what does it stand for? One avagraha stands for Akara. Two avagrahas means Akara. So therefore, that two avagrahas you put, two S you put there. That is Matva Aha. Matva Aha. It has to be put. You know why? Otherwise, it should have been joined. It is not joined there. Matva is kept separately. Haivakaram is kept separately. Actually, the avagraha was to put by misprint. It is there. Otherwise, without avagraha, you have to join completely. Matva Aha, and Sandhi has to be broken. See, Ushastas claims, see, look, where linga has to be given? In a paroksha thing. Paroksha means a thing different from oneself, which is remote as such, you can give linga. Suppose there the fire is there, you are not able to see the fire, you can point out the smoke. Because there is smoke, there must be fire. Like that, you can, in the remote things or something different from oneself, you can give some linga, so some signs, some marks can be given, so that one can infer, or linga also can be taken inference. Inference can be cited as a pramana in respect to those things which are paroksha, so akshara, which are available for perception, etc. So parokshe arthe, in the case of objects which are perceptible through the indriyas, so lingam, inference can be cited, vacham should be cited. Whereas to Atmani tu parokshata na. Whereas in the case of Atma, there is no parokshata. Status of being separate from me is not there. It is aparoksha, it's myself only. So parokshata na. Iti matva. Considering so what did Ushasta say do? Parokshasya nivartakam evakaram aha. This evakara is in the Shruti, in the subsequent question of who? Ushasta. That is 342. Yadeva sakshat aparokshad brahma yaha atma sarvantaraha tam me vyachaksha. So in that question 342, so he says yad eva. That why that eva is put is explained in this stanza 111. So yad eva, what is precisely like this? Why precisely like this? Which is the aparoksha. That eva, so that is meant for eliminating the possibility of Atma being paroksha. So therefore parokshasya nivartakam, the one that eliminates the status of being something remote, different from oneself, that is evakaram aha. So that is what he has said in his question, yadeva eva. So actually, considering this only, Yajnavalkya had replied, but he has not understood. So that was tatparya of Eshate Atma Sarvantaraha. That is whose answer? Yajnavalkya's answer. And this is second time he now says. Earlier also told, Eshate Atma Sarvantaraha. Again, Yajnavalkya repeats what he is aware of it. Because just to make him understand that this is what I am talking of, Aparoksha Atma only. So therefore, what is the Tatparya of that second time he is saying, Eshate Atma Sarvantaraha in 3, 4, 2, second time, because it was told in 3, 4, 1 also. In the first when he was answering, Eshate Atma Sarva. This is that Atma which is the Atma in all. Again he repeats after his objection, again he repeats. So that what is the purpose of that? Let us see now. Mukhya Paroksha Muktam Ta iti darshayitum punaha. Pratyak Drishti Param Vakyam Uttaratvena Vakyasau. Ta iti. Actually by Sandhi it has become Te iti. By Sandhi has become Ta iti. Ta is meant for Te when you break the Sandhi. Te Mukhya Paroksham Uktam iti darshayitum punaha pratyak drishti param vakyam uttaratvena asau vakti. Pratyak drishti param vakyam uttaratvena asau vakti. Te, to you, Ushasta, to you, I have already replied what? This I have already described Aparoksha Atma. Mukhya Paroksham Uktam. Mukhya Aparoksha Atma only I have told. Why that Mukhya word? I have not spoken of some Upasana, etc. Gauna Atma I have not spoken. Gauna Brahma I have not spoken. Because at times, so something which is not Atma may be given for Upasana as Atma. No. Direct Atma only, Aparoksham Uktam. Where? That's why he repeats, Eshate Atma Sarvantara. This is precisely your Aparoksha Sarupa Atma which I have pointed out. Iti darshayitum. To point this out, what does Yajnavalkya do? Punaha, again, pratyak drishti param vakyam. The Vakya statement which is given to, which points out. The pratyak drishti means pratyak Sarupa Atma. Is that namely, Eshate Atma Sarvantaraha. Pratyak drishti param vakya is Eshate Atma Sarvantaraha. Punaha, second time he now repeats. So therefore punaha, that is what? Uttaratvena, as an answer, asau, Yajnavalkya, this Yajnavalkya, vakti means he gives his replies again in the same tone. Ushasta is expected to know what Yajnavalkya had hinted, but Ushasta is unable to know that also. So therefore what is to be done? So he has got something else in his mind. So he thinks that Atma is Aparoksha, but it can be an object of the Indriyas or object of any vritti. That is what he has got in the mind. Yajnavalkya being what he was, he diagnosed what is the problem with Ushasta. The normal course would have been brushed aside. Right? Not fit to gain the knowledge. But what is going on now? Vijigyushu Katha. A debate is going on. Therefore, he has to answer it. So, therefore, he says, so though Yajnavalkya hinted at the Aparoksha Atma, so Ushasta was unable to take the hint from that. He was unable to understand, and therefore now further he continues. Vidvad bhasham buddhvanya sarupadishvivatmani. Sva correct to sa. Alternative is sa. Sa is correct one. Sarupadishu, not swarupadishu. Sarupa, swa to be corrected to sa. Vidvad bhasham buddhvanya sarupadishvivatmani. अक्षजन्या परोक्षत्वं मत्वा पृच्छत्पुरेव तम् अन्यः विद्वद्भाषाम् अबुद्ध्वा स्वरूपादिषु इव आत्मनि अक्षजन्यापरोक्षत्वं मत्वा पुरा इव पुरेव. I hope you have got pureva, no? Or purava is that? Pureva. Okay. Pura iva tam up. Anyaha, other person. With that, ushasta. Anyaha, ushasta. Vidvad bhasham abudva. Abudva, not knowing. Vidvad bhasha. What is Vidvad bhasha? The language of jnanis. Don't think like Sanskrit bhasha, there is one Vidvad bhasha. The language of jnanis means that means implication. So, why that Vidvad bhasha he has to use? Actually, you can't describe Atma, and yet you have to describe. So, therefore, that's a particular, that means particular terminologies are there. So, that without knowing, understanding that Vidvad bhasha means actually here Vidvad bhasha is answer of Yajnavalkya. Without understanding the answer given by Yajnavalkya. So what did Ushasta do? Anyaha abudva sarupadeshu iva. As in the case of those which have got rupa, rasa, gandha means vishayas. As in the case of vishaya, sense object, which has got rupa. Rupa is form, upalakshana for rasa, gandha, shabda, sparsha. So as in the case of sense object having shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, like that, Atmani, in the case of Atma. So, aparoksha, akshajanya parokshatvam. A direct perception born of indriyas. See, for example, this is microphone. What we call pratyaksha, direct perception. That direct perception is taken as aparoksha by who? Ushasta. That is what he is not able to understand what is aparoksha. So, what is aparoksha actually? Which is neither pratyaksha nor paroksha, but immediate means what? Without the pratyaksha indriyas which can be cognized. This he doesn't know. At times aparoksha also means which is directly in front of you, also can be said aparoksha means immediate available. So that way he thinks Atma also is something which is aparoksha but can be pointed out by indriyas, jnanendriyas like this. That is what considering. So, akshajanya parokshatvam matva. Matva, having considered the aparokshatva of Atma, the being status of being immediate in the case of Atma is what? Something born of indriyas means as a vishaya of indriyas, as in the case of vishayas having rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda, sparsha. So, matva considering pura iva, as asked in the past means as asked earlier. Iva means purvavat, as earlier. Tam, to him means Yajnavalkyam aprachat, again he asked. This is what was referred in the 342 Katamo Yajnavalkyaha Sarvantaraha. Who among these is Yajnavalkya? Sarvantara Atma. So that is what he is asking. So now Katamaha means what? Who among the many. Kataraha means who among the two. Katamaha, the who among the many is Sarvantara Atma. So that is what Ushasta again asks him in the 3-4-2 before giving Yajnavalkya's answer. What was meant by Katamaha, who among the many, by Ushasta is explained in first line of stanza 114, and from second line, in second line, Yajnavalkya dismisses the question. Why dismiss the question? What Ushasta expects? Ushasta expects Yajnavalkya to point out Atma as this, as an object, Vishaya of what? Indriya. So he dismisses, it is not possible. Drishta shruta mata jnate jnate shveshu sarvantarastu kaha दृष्ट्याद्यगोचर प्रत्यंग इति प्रश्नमपाकरोत् येषु दृष्ट श्रुत मत ज्ञातेषु सर्वांतरः तु कः. That is what is expected by Ushasta. Now, pratyak drishtyadyagocharah iti pratyak iti pratyang iti pratyak drishtyadyagocharah iti prashnam add yadnyavalkyah apakaro. Prashnam add yadnyavalkyah apakaro. Yeshu, among these, Katamaha said no. What are those? Among these, what are those? Namely, Drishtam, Shrutam, Matam, Jnatam, etc. Drishtam, among the things seen. Shrutam, among the things heard. Matam, among the things that are considered by Manas, Sankalpa. And Jnatam, among the things known. Like this means among the perceived things or among the conceived things by the mind, either perceived through the Jnanendriya sense organs or conceived by the mind. Among this Katamaha, among all these, Sarvantaraha Kaha. Sarvantaraha tu Kaha. Who is that Sarvantara Atma you pointed out? Means what does he expect now? Ushasta expects Yadnevalkya to point out Atma among the things seen, either of seen, heard, etc. means having Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, or conceived. Conceived also should have the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Like this he is asking. So this answer is now given by Yadnevalkya in 342. Na drishtehe drashtaram pashyehe na shrutehe shrotaram shrunuyaha, etc. continues. He says, this Atma cannot be object of your sense organ. It has no Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Shabda, Sparsha. So therefore, Pratyak means Pratyaga Atma. Drishtyadyagocharah. Drishtyaadinam agocharaha. Gochara means Vishaya. Agochara means not a Vishaya of what? Drishti Adi. Here Drishti should be understood properly. Drishti stands here for Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti. Of course, Drishti here stands for Rupakara Antakarana Vritti. So, Drishti stands for Rupakara. See, Drishtehe, the Drishti is Rupakara Antakarana Vritti. Shutehe, Shuti is for Shabdakara Antakarana Vritti. So, Matehe, Mati, the Mati stands for Sankalpakara Antakarana Vritti. So, like this, so, Drishyadi, Drishti, Shruti, Mati, Jnati, all these means specific Antakarana vrittis of these. Drishyadi nam agocharaha, not a Vishaya. So this, you know by now how perception takes place. Suppose you see the microphone, what happens? In Antakarana, microphone akara Antakarana vritti takes place. And through Chidabhasa, what this microphone gets revealed means microphone is an object of that Rupakara Antakarana vritti in your mind, is it not? Likewise, Atma cannot be the Vishaya object of any Vishayakara Antakarana vritti because it is a very principle which makes you know the Vishayakara Antakarana vritti. So therefore say Drishtyadyagocaraha Pratyak. Pratyagatma is not an object of any of this Vishayakara Antakarana vritti, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Shabda, Sparsha, iti Prashnam. The question of that, please show that the Aparoksha as Akshajanya, show that is what was told by Ushasta or meant by Ushasta. Apakarot, question Yadnevalkya dismissed. So that means it is not possible. Now the question may come, if Atma is not an object of Rupakara Antakarana vritti, Vishayakara Antakarana vritti, Sparshakara antakana vritti, Shabdakara antakana vritti, Rasakara antakana vritti. How do you say Atma? Again, same thing. How do you say Atma is there? How do you prove the existence of Atma? So for that, if that is the question, this is what is the meaning of na drishtehe drashtaram pashyehe, etc. Vedmiti yad balad vakti na vedmiti cha yad balad. Yogino nubhavante tamagocharatayaiva hi. Yad balat vedmi iti vakti. Yad balat cha, that last yad balat, join it. Yad balat cha na vedmi iti, again vakti. Etam yoginaha agocharataya eva hi anubhavanti. Etam yoginaha agocharataya eva hi anubhavanti. Yad balat, on the strength of what means? On account of whom? Or on account of which principle? Vedmi iti vakti, I know. See, when we say I know, on account of what? What must be there? Chaitanya Rupa Atma must be there or not? Otherwise, a dead body also has to say what? I know you are taking me to cremation ground. Will it say? No, I know is not there. So, I know. On what strength? Based on what one says, I know. Not only that, yad balat na vedmi cha vakti. I don't know. Whether I know or I don't know, in both cases, what is common? Chaitanya Rupa Atma is common. I know is antakana vritti, I don't know is another antakana vritti, maybe opposed to each other, but both are made known by what? One Chaitanya Rupa Atma. So therefore, on account of which principle that I know and I don't know, both these things are said, or these statements are made. Etam, that Atmanam, that Chaitanya, which means I know and I don't know, both antakana vrittis. Etam Atmanam, which is aparoksha. So what now he has to take resort to? Yoginaha agocharataya eva hi anubhavanti. Yoginaha means dhyayinaha, those who take to meditation. Again, meditation is not sarupa here, not saguna. Atma sarupa nididhyasana. So those who, as Lord Krishna said to Arjuna in the Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna, in 6th chapter, yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. That madgatena antaratmana means Paramatma Swarupa, Nirguna Brahma Swarupa he has meant, and not as Saguna Rupa that he meant in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So that yogi, so those who contemplate, take to nididhyasana of Atma Swarupa. So etam, this Atmanam, yoginam anubhavanti, they directly experience. How? Not as this, I experience Atma. See, I experience Atma means that is not Atma. Why? That presence of I, Anubhavita, Pramata itself will what? Defile the Swarupa of Atma, because it is not the part and parcel of Atma Swarupa. So therefore what? Agocharataya eva, not as an Vishaya, not as an object of Vishayakara antakarana vritti. So only because it itself is very Swaprakasha Tattva, Swayam Jyoti Tattva. Agocharataya eva hi anubhavanti. So that finally Yajnavalkya has to take resort to what? What is called as Vidvad Anubhava. Jnana is directly what? Experience this Atma. And what does it imply? Ushasta, you are nowhere near to it, keep quiet now, okay? Enough noise you have made. I say, because you asked, I have to reply, you are nowhere near it, better keep quiet now. So that is what is Yoginaha, Dhyayinaha. So that means that Vidvad Anubhava is quoted. So, Agocharataya eva anubhavanti. So Atma being not a, therefore Atma being not a object of any pramana, so it cannot be pointed out like your object, ghatapata, microphone, etc. It cannot be pointed out. So that is what is shown here. Other than this yogi, see, same thing is called as yogi pratyaksha. You know, this comes in the, where it comes? 11th chapter of Panchadashi. Not only that, in Gaudapadacharya's Karika also it comes. Yogi pratyaksha. So yogi pratyaksha means pratyaksha that they use it for what? Perceived through the sense organs. But here yogi pratyaksha, not through sense organs, but say buddhi grahyam atindriyam. Buddhi grahya only, not through the atindriyam, not an object of the indriya. So therefore, that yogi pratyaksha, that is what yogi anubhava is said, and it cannot be pointed out as an object of your indriya. And other than this, there is no other method to know Atma Swarupa directly. Ukta vartmati rekena natma vastu ghatadivat. Shakyate pratinirdeştum pramana gocharatvatah. Pramana gocharatvatah atmavastu ukta vartmatirekena ghatadivat pratinirdeştum na shakyate. Ghatadivat pratinirdeştum na shakyate. Pramana gocharatvatah atmavastu ukta vartmatirekena ghatadivat pratinirdeştum na shakyate. Says Atma cannot be pointed out like ghatapata, etc., like an object perceived. Why? Pramana gocharatvatah. Pramananam agocharatvatah. Being agochara, being not a vishaya, being not an object of all the pramanas, including Vedanta also we have seen. Because Vedanta also what happens? At final stage, Vedanta pramana also backs out. And what remains is Swayam Prakasha Atma Swarupa only. So, pramana gocharatvatah, being not an object of any of this pramana, he says, Atma Vastu, the Atma Swarupa, he says, other than the method I have pointed out. Ukta vartmatirekena, in any other manner or the method than Ukta. Ukta means yoginaha anubhavanti agocharataya eva in earlier stanza. Other than the manner or the method that I have told now, right now, atirekena, other than that, without that, says, ghatadivat, like a pot, like a flower, like any object in the world, ghatadivat, pratinirdeştum, to point out, na shakyate, is not possible. It is just not possible. Why? Not being a, that is pramana gochara, not being an object of any pramana is the very swarupa of Atma. What can be the object of pramana? Only jada thing can be object of pramana. That which is verily the knowledge principle cannot be the object of any pramana is now pointed out. Drashtru darshana drishyanam sakshina swaprabhasya tat. Pramana gocharatvam tu vastu svabhavyato bhavet. Drashtu darshana drishyanam sakshinaha swaprabhasya tat pramana gocharatvam tu vastu svabhavyatah. Join vastu svabhavya, one word. Vastu svabhavyatah bhavet. That is the status. In the case of Atma, the status of being not an object of Any pramana is its very nature. It is not something new as such. Its very swarupa is so. Drashtru darshana drishyanam sakshinaha. In the case of Atma, who is the Sakshi. What is Sakshi? The one who makes us know directly without the help of anything. What it makes us know? Drashta, the seer. Darshana, actual, the drishya, the object. See, I see a pot. Me, the seer, you know or not? Now you are hearing me. Me, the hearer, you know. That also is ahankara antakana vritti made known by what? Chaitanya Rupa Sakshi. Then actual act of hearing. Also you are aware that I am hearing. That also is antakana vritti illumined by who? Chaitanya. What I speak in terms of the shabda, the words, etc., you are hearing, those also are on account of what? Shabda, akara, antakana vritti, again illumined by who? Sakshi. So drashta, the seer or the perceiver, darshana, seeing or actual perception, drishya, seen, perceived object of all these, sakshinaha, the one who makes us know all this directly. And what is its nature? Swaprabhasya. It is Swaprabha means Swaprakasha, Swayam Jyoti. Itself is the very Nepti Swarupa, knowledge principle. So, Tat, it's Pramana Gocharatvam, the status of being not a Vishaya of any Pramana. Pramananam Agocharatvam. The status of Agocharatva, the status of being not an object of any Pramana, to means is well known in the Shastras. Vastu Swabhavyataha Bhavi. Vastu Swabhavyata means on account of its very nature, Swarupa. It's Swarupa only like that. Its Swarupa itself is what? It is, for example, the sun is self-luminous. It's Swarupa. So it's that the sun is that way. Suppose if sun borrows light from someone and then illuminates, it will no more be sun. Who will be? It will be moon. Other bigger moon than our known moon as such. So no, sun is self-luminous. That is swabhava, swabhavata, on account of its very nature. So that is that it is not a Vishaya of Pramana. This is what was implied in the Yajnavalkya's reply. Na drishtehe drashtaram pashyehe. So, that Pramana Gocharatva was explained in Na drishtehe drashtaram pashyehe. How is it that? How it is not an object of any Pramana? See, drishti is what? Vishayakara antakana vritti. Is it not that Vishayakara, Rupakara antakana vritti is a Pramana for us to know the form? See, Pramana means what? Jnana sadhana. Microphone is here. If that microphone, Rupakara antakana vritti doesn't take place in our mind, microphone will not be known. So therefore this is our Jnana sadhana, is it not? So that is what he said, Drishtehe drashtaram. The one who makes you know the drishti, the Vishayakara antakana vritti, Rupakara antakana vritti. So that cannot be objectified, cannot be seen. This phrase is explained now. दृष्टेर्न पश्ये द्रष्टारमिति प्रत्युत्तरं वचः वक्त्यगोचरतामेतद्वाक्यं विव्रियते स्फुटम् न दृष्टेः द्रष्टारं पश्येत् इति प्रत्युत्तरं वचः एतद्वाक्यम् अगोचरतां वति ऐड इति स्फुटं विव्रियते इति स्फुटं विव्रियते. Actually, this stanza is not explaining, but he is making a statement of reply. That this particular statement of Yajnavalkya, what does it do? It conveys us the agocharata of the that is what? Atma Swarupa. Atma Swarupa cannot be an object of any pramana. How is it, etc.? Is now what? Sphutam vivriyate. Sphutam vivriyate. Drishtehe na drishtehe drashtaram pashyet. That is, drishtehe drashtaram na pashyet. Drashta, what is that? Seer of drishti, rupakara antakruti, na pashyet means cannot be seen. You cannot see the principle which makes you see the rupakara antakana vritti. Drishti you take here as rupakara only because here in the answer shrutehe, matehe, etc. are separately told. So, of the rupakara antakana, I hope you know what is rupakara antakana vritti. What is rupakara antakana vritti? Antakana vritti conforming to any form seen through the eyes. So that is what? Any object that is in front of you. So that drashtaram, one who makes you know that, what is that? It cannot be seen. Iti pratyuttaram vachaha. This statement of reply by Yajnavalkya in 342, what does it convey? Etad vakyam, this statement, what does it do? Agocharatam vakti. Agocharata, status of being not a vishaya of Atma being not a vishaya of any the pramana. Agocharata, agocharata of what? Pramananam agocharata. That not being a vishaya of any pramana, vakti, it is going to tell us or it conveys. Iti, so Sphutam vivriyate. Now it is very clearly explained in the forthcoming stanza. You know why he first introduces and then goes on explaining? Because this is a very crucial topic. Do you know why it is crucial? Drishti, Shruti, Mati, all our what? Vishayakara antakarana vrittis can be split as it were and directly who can be found? Atma Swarupa can be found. Any dearth of such experiences in the waking state? Why not the dream also, but we are not available for analyzing that. In the waking state, moment by moment, all experiences are through what? Channels of antakarana vritti. One who makes us aware of that is what? Atma Swarupa. Can you give me a statement from other Upanishads to this account? Pratibodha viditam matam. Bodham bodham prati. With respect to each and every bodha, with respect to each and every experience that passes or flashes through our antakarana, who is that? Chaitanya Rupa. Atma is that. And that Atma cannot be the Vishaya of any Pramana. Why? It makes the Pramana operates. For example, see, microphone Rupakara Antakarana Vritti has taken place in the Antakarana. Chaitanya is not there, Chidabhasa. Chaitanya is not there, Chidabhasa is not there. The one who makes you know is not there. What knowledge are you going to get? Just not possible. So therefore, that is now very clearly explained. We'll see that. Take it next time. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayana Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Bodhamahitra Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Bharganyah Prithvi Sasyashali Deshoyam Shobharita Jnana Santu Nirbhaya Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma day.